We good?
Yep, let's try this again, shall we?
Woo! Okay, folks, we are back. So continuing with the AEW Dynamite review. Sorry about that.
We do apologize for the hiccup over here, folks. This is one of the reasons why we ask you here at the Ravens Flock to please support us however you can. We've got our Cash App in the description below, or if you're if you would be okay with being an inner flocker, yeah. See what happened? It fucking did the same thing again. I'll fix that later in post. This is why we need your support, and if you're able to, please be so kind as to send some cash our way so that we can get ourselves set up with a new computer, because this one is over the hill.
Yes, agreed. So, getting back to where I left off. So, MJF assaulted Top Flight, even bloodied them up in the process, because last week's edition of Dynamite, Bobby Lashley told MJF, if you want to impress me, hurt someone. And that's exactly what MJF did. He hurt Top Flight.
What did he do? Did he use like a lead pipe on them, or
he just bum rushed them like from the side and bloodied them up using the dynamite ring and took one of them and power bombed them on the apron. So yeah, MJF really wants to join the Hurt business. The Hurt Syndicate. Sorry. This as Bobby Lashley, of course, smiled like he was smiling about that. So. Maybe things are turning around for MJF. Maybe.
But at the same time, this just goes to show you something that's a little bit more important in terms of the character of Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Something that I remember, again, I'm bringing up Super Eye Patch Wolf. No, I'm not sorry. He's an excellent essayist. He's an excellent YouTuber and an essayist. MJF... the psychology of his whole character is one of self diminishing. It's one of someone who's willing to debase themselves for someone else's approval. That just goes to show you there's a very immense chasm of emotional immaturity and emotional inability to recognize what he's doing, just for him to gain approval of people that he thinks will respect him.
Well, yeah, he's attention starved, and he's also approval starved. Oh, hang on a minute, who we have?
Dusty Lane's in the chat. Hey up, Dusty Lane. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Aloha from Hawaii. We appreciate you.
All right, aloha. Thank you for joining us. Awesome.
So it's 5 p.m. Hawaiian time. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, this is wild, and at the same time, it's interesting. Like, okay, Bobby Lashley is the only one who really needs impressing, because Shelton Benjamin and MVP were already down to clown with MJF. They're already ready, willing, and able to get up with the get down. But
Bobby Lashley was the only holdup.
I see. Yeah, no, it's very concerning for MJF's future, because if he's willing to do this to join the Hurt Syndicate, imagine what they'll have him do if they ever do decide to let him in. Like, imagine the shit that they will have him do that maybe he won't be all that down for in the future. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit. I don't fucking know.
Maybe, but let's go ahead and now that that's happened, I'm actually like more interested in this angle right now, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But now let's get over to the match of the night, and this is a horrible, in my opinion, a horrible misuse of a hardcore legend. It's a one-on-one match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? We didn't have a match card, so this is the custom match card for WWE 2K25?
Yes, I had to work with what I got, okay? So Nick Wayne defends the Ring of Honor World Television title against former ECW World Champion Rhino.
Holy fuck, so Rhino showed up out of nowhere?
Rhino showed up out of nowhere because, hey, they're in Detroit. And hey, it's easy money for him. At least he got paid. So Rhino shows up. He immediately plants Nick Wayne with a spine buster. The match doesn't go very long. It was actually a short match. And just when he was about to go for the gore, Christian Cage trips up Rhino. Nick Wayne hits his finishing move, the Wayne's World, to pin and retain. Your winner and still the Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Nick Wayne. Then after the match, Christian Cage grabs the belt. He puts it on Nick Wayne's waist, and then he yanks the belt, and then he drops it in a disrespectful manner before leaving the Patriarchy family and just laughing it up and smiling.
Wait, who was laughing it up? Was it Nick
Christian Cage.
So
Christian Cage being a bastard.
Serious fuckingly, Christian Cage, Mr. Father of the fucking Year? Is this serious? You're kidding me.
Also, like I said, this is a horrible misuse of Rhino. Come on, man. Having him job off to Nick Wayne?
No, Jose, but this is how we build a star. This is how we build a future star. Why does your Nick Wayne guy here look like fucking, like Timu Fandango?
For the record, this isn't from my console. I just Google searched it and took it from somebody else's. Now, that being number one. Number two, it's Rhino. This is the same two-time world champion Rhino. The same former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Rhino. The same, I'm gonna kill your family if you don't give me a shot at the ECW World title Rhino. And he loses to Nick Wayne? The fuck?
Loses clean, no interference?
Well, like I said, Christian Cage tripped up Rhino as he was trying to go for the gore. So obviously it wasn't a clean finish, but oh man, I just didn't like seeing one of my favorite ECW wrestlers jobbing out like he did. Rhino deserved better. His tag team with Heath Slater made more sense than this.
They both got kids. What the hell?
I know, right? All right. Now let's move on to a segment that didn't do it so well for me. This is a sit-down interview segment where Renee Paquette interviews Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter is a finalist in the women's bracket of the Owen Hart tournament. She will be facing the champion of everything, Mercedes Moné, and whoever wins gets a challenge for the AEW World title. The women's world title at All In.
Which world title?
The women's world title.
Which women's world title?
The AEW women's world title.
The AEW women's world title?
That's right. I said it really fast.
Okay, no, I'm only asking because Mercedes Money has like 19 different belts on her.
That's why I said she's the champion of everything.
Yeah, no, it's annoying how many fucking belts they just pay to have her get.
So this,
it does nothing for any of those other promotions.
All right, so this Daphne cosplayer sits down with Renee Paquette and
Yo, okay, what? No, what?
No, on last week's edition of Dynamite, Mercedes Moné called her a Daphne cosplayer from Scooby-Doo.
Okay, that's even worse somehow. I'm over here thinking of the late wrestler Daphne.
No, sorry, my bad.
I was like, whoa, what the fucking seriously?
I should have clarified saying
Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Yeah,
Daphne
even
from
that's
Scooby.
still, even that's still kind of like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I don't see Jamie Hayter wearing purple.
Yeah, no.
And green.
So Jamie Hayter spoke on the interview, and most of her, what she's saying, it's all like she addressed her back injury briefly and saying she's okay, but she was mostly taking jabs at Mercedes Moné, and she says that she wants to face the real Mercedes Moné that's been hiding underneath all the championships and all this glamour and insecurity. And then the interview gets interrupted by another fucking brawl between Mercedes Moné and Jamie Hayter. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yep.
Like, what else is there to say? Mercedes Money fucking throwing her dick off. Come on, what the hell?
She's throwing her dick off and she's overexposed. And according to news reports, apparently she's not invoking any creative control, brother.
So this is all Tony.
It's all Tony Khan.
And she's only too happy to oblige.
Yep. Way to go, TK.
What is it? Did she brush her shoulder one time and they made your pee feel different? Did Mercedes Money accidentally smile your way when she was waving at a friend that was of hers that was walking behind you, and now you think she's your soulmate or something? Fucking nerd.
Oh my god.
fucking idiot, limp dick nerd loser, fucking Tony Khan. You can have more money than the federal fucking government, but that doesn't mean you're getting any poontang because your ass is over here literally trying to play with your fucking like miniature D&D collection of professional wrestling action figures that you pay real life in order to actually pay in order to fucking break themselves for your fucking amusement.
No.
No.
Hang on a minute. No. Listen.
I'm allowed to say that.
Let's give respect where respect is due. We do have respect.
I respect Mercedes Money's ability to take Tony Khan's money.
Juancho, let me finish. Yes, we respect Mercedes Moné. We also respect AEW and for what the promotion has done, and we respect the man who not only helped funded AEW, but also is in charge of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Thank you, Shad Khan.
That's right. Thank you, Shad Khan. Well done, Shad. Your son's still a sexless loser, though.
All right, so before we get to the main event, we do have an honorable mention that we do need to throw in.
Oh, we do?
Yes, and it is a trios match, player.
Holla, holla, holla.
The team of Ricochet and the Young Bucks going up against the team of Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, and Swerve Strickland.
Okay, now I promised that I wasn't going to throw my sword at you. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to take the sword and bludgeon you on the face with it.
What?
Because you put young fucks on my programming! This computer's already...
Oh, God!
What is wrong with you? Why would you do this to me?
It's okay, it's an
Why
honorable...
would you make me do this?
It's an
Why would you make me do this? Why? Save the rainbow! Save the rainbow! Save the rainbow!
It's okay, it's just an honorable mention. Or a dishonorable mention, in your opinion. But it was still a...
Ricochet's huffing his own farts, and the young fucks are existing on my television screen. Why the fuck would you do this to me, knowing this would happen? You want me to hurt you. That's the only explanation.
Listen, I only put up there as an honorable mention because it was a lot of fun seeing Ricochet in action, and of course, I am also a sucker for Speedball Mike Bailey.
I've been a sucker for Speedball Mike Bailey. I was over here losing my fucking head with the match with the fucking things that put TNA back on the map with a beautiful fucking match with Josh Alexander, and yet you're over here trying to fucking throw this shit in my face as if I don't know anything about what's going on. I'm over here fucking with that boy over here with Briscoe and your sword fucking Strickland. Why the fuck are these fucking clown-ass, midget-ass, loser-ass, vanilla midget-ass, asses, the young fucks anywhere near you? Fucking pay them to stay away! Pay them to stay the fuck away! Go away from me and die! Painfully if you can, quickly if you must! Fuck!
At least Chris Jericho isn't back.
Alright, that's it.
No!
Don't you fucking put that juju on me! Alright, don't you fucking jinx us like this!
Okay! Moving on!
You do not!
Alright.
You owe me donuts!
Alright, stop that.
No! Donuts!
Well, fuck you. I had fun watching this match. Moving on.
Fuck the Young Bucks.
Alright, now let's get to the... Oh, God. Now we're going to talk about the main event. And this is a one-on-one contest as... The 1/3 of the AEW World Trios Champion, Samoa Joe, goes up against Claudio Castagnoli, representing the Death Riders.
So the head of the ops taking on the Death Riders is Swiss Superman.
That's correct. And Samoa Joe wants to get some revenge because Claudio has already injured not only Hook, but also Katsuyori Shibata by dropping the neutralizer onto the steel chair, onto the ribs. And he's done it for 2 weeks, and now Samoa Joe finally gets his hands on Claudio. Great back and forth action. These two are incredible veterans. They know exactly how to work, how to do a great wrestling match. The fans love every second of it. Of course, Claudio's displaying his strength by tossing Samoa Joe around, and then when we get back from commercial,
Samoa Joe's a big boy. You have any idea how hard it is to fucking try to wrangle this guy?
Yeah, no,
Joe's gonna kill you.
Yeah, no, Joe's 282 pounds. That shit is not... Yeah, no.
And you can't teach that.
Please don't quote Mr. Consensual Penis on my show.
But showing me the Young Bucks on your show.
Jesus, bro. What the fuck?
Stop eating my food!
Anyways, so continuing with the action, Claudio continues to punish Samoa Joe in this match. He tries to go for the neutralizer, and Samoa Joe is able to reverse it. And then Claudio hits his clothesline from hell, knocking
Mr.
down.
Quake is back in the chat. We appreciate you, buddy. It's not your fault. Literally, my computer said "fuck you," and my computer shut off OBS on us. So that's bullcrap.
Yeah, our computer sucks. So
send us money, please help us. We're broke.
Claudio levels out Samoa Joe with a clothesline. He tries to go for the big giant swing, but Samoa Joe was able to reverse it, locks in the coquina clutch, and then Claudio was forced to tap out to the submission hold. Your winner, by submission, Samoa Joe.
God damn, that's how it's done.
And then after the match, we get a huge pull apart. Like the Death Riders, like Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir were going to interfere, but they stopped at the barricade. Wheeler Yuta tried to go in and run interference, but he got his ass kicked by Samoa Joe. And much like what Claudio did to the other members of the Ops, Samoa Joe took Wheeler Yuta and dropped him rib first onto the steel chair.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes! Now do it to fucking Moxley. Get rid of him.
Oh, he'll get his chance. Next week, Samoa Joe will face Jon Moxley for the AEW World title in a steel cage match at Beach Break.
Oh, a steel cage match?
That's right.
Seriously?
Yes.
What, with the cage and everything?
Yes.
An actual cage?
An actual cage. Very likely there's going to be blood. Which is to be expected because it's a cage.
It's a Moxley match, of course. If there's no blood, there's a problem.
It's also a cage match. Come on, man.
No, you can have a cage match without blood.
You can have I was going to say, you can have a cage match with blood without Moxley.
Yeah, and you can even have one with Moxley if Moxley has enough fucking brains.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's letting his brains get, dehydrated from blood.
It's okay. I'm sure Renee Paquette keeps like an entire fridge of blood packs ready for him.
I'm pretty sure she do. That's a good wifey.
That's a good wifey. Now, let's get over to this week's edition of TNA Impact. Woohoo!
Yeah!
Get ready to cross the line!
Okay, don't.
Well, I was doing a thing. You said light the fuse at the Dynamite, and I'm like, get ready to cross the line.
Is that a thing?
I mean, yeah, it's in their song.
It's in their song?!
Yeah, it's been in their song since the beginning of last year when they rebooted as TNA.
Where is this?
How the fuck did you not know?
How did you not tell me?
Until it became relevant.
Fuck you! Started the match.
All right, so we start things off with Trick Williams hopping over from NXT over to TNA, and he addresses the crowd. The fans, of course, were chanting, "Whoop that trick," before the crowd chants turned to boos.
I mean, hello, it's awesome to have Trick Willy Wonka show up. He's pulling double time, and, he didn't get to win his Battle Royal, which is fine, but whatever.
So Trick Williams made clear of his intentions. Last week, 2 weeks ago, following NXT Stand and Deliver, he felt like he was embarrassed by Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, and at Rebellion, which was Saturday, April 27th, after the main event match, Trick Williams gave Joe Hendry his receipt and embarrassed him back in front of the Los Angeles crowd.
You're serious?
I'm serious.
That's what he's up to, man?
That's right. Trick Williams is not having any of that shit. And Trick Williams and Joe Hendry will be facing off at Battleground for the TNA World title.
Oh, shit, son.
Yep, for the first time ever at an NXT pay-per-view, the TNA World Championship will be defended.
Shit.
Of course, then afterwards, out comes the TNA World Champion himself, the prestigious one, who's
say his name and
he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry makes his way down to the ring, and him and Trick Williams start brawling in the middle of the ring, with many referees and officials trying to break up both men. Trick Williams was able to get out of there, but then Joe Hendry laid waste against the security detail, grabbing one of them and hitting a standing ovation. Holy shit, what a way to open up the show.
Oh, boy.
Oh
boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Like, this is awesome, and I can't wait. You know what? We've got a whole month. We got less than a month, so I want to see what musical diss tracks Joe Hendry can lay on Trick Williams, because I want to see that happen. And I know you want to see it happen too.
Oh? Yeah. I mean, duh, I do want to see it because it's going to be fun, and it's one of the beautiful draws of Joe Hendry. It's going to be nuts, and I want to see exactly what else he plans on doing to dress down Trick Willie.
Same. Fucking same. Now,
God damn.
Now let's get over to the exciting match of the evening, and this one is a one-on-one contest. Both men of the X division square off. One of these two men has gone a little bit unhinged since TNA Rebellion.
A little bit unhinged, he says.
And it is Mustafa Ali going up against Trey Miguel of the Rascals.
Okay, who's the hottie behind Mustafa Ali here?
That is Tasha Steelz.
Oh shit.
Yes.
What the fuck? The tag team? No, their name is Order 4. Look at that.
Order 4. Well, with Order 4. Oh, yeah, that's the whole group of the Good Hands and Tasha Steelz.
Good Hands, Tasha Steelz.
They're all called the Order 4, yeah.
Seriously?
So, yes. The Good...
That's a weird name.
So here's what happened. So after the tag match between the Good Hands and the Mexican and the Aztec Warriors, where the Aztec Warriors won, Mustafa Ali... completely unhinged, marches down to the ring and destroys the Aztec Warriors. Then Trey Miguel makes his way down to the ring, and he stopped, and then they immediately kicked off the one-on-one match between the two guys. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of understand over here. That is a hell of a way to transition over into another match.
Exactly, and.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, and they kept that energy going. Like, both Mustafa Ali and Trey Miguel are incredible athletes, incredible high-flying athletes. Mustafa Ali, of course, showing his more vicious side as he assaults Trey Miguel in the middle of the ring, keeping the pressure on him. Trey Miguel was able to hit an incredible comeback, and but Mustafa Ali, unfortunately, through the help of the what is it called again? The Order 4?
Order 4, yeah.
Through the help of the Order 4, Mustafa Ali was able to defeat Trey Miguel and pin and win. Your winner, Mustafa Ali.
God, fuck. God dang it. What happened to Trey, man? Is he okay?
He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine, but Mustafa Ali is not in the right state of mind.
That's because in Ali we trust this happens. I mean, like, this is what happens when you go into politics. You lose your fucking head, guys.
In Ali we trust, more like in Ali he bust.
You're trying. It's okay.
Oh, actually, no, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I swear I'm a good boy!
Ew, what the fuck?
Anyways, so now let's get over to the exciting segment of the night, and we finally hear from the multi-time tag team champions, one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history, the Hardys, Matt and Jeff.
The Hardy Boys. Goddamn, gotta love it. All right, and yeah, you mentioned it when we were watching TNA earlier tonight. It was fucking, what do you call it? It took 27, 28 years, however long, fucking 30 years, and they finally have a name for their fans, the Die Hardys. The Die Hardys, I love it. Which is clever. It's very clever, but fucking seriously.
Yep, nope. The Hardy Boys cut a promo, and they at first addressed their title loss to Nick and Ryan Nemeth at Rebellion, how they were robbed of the titles, and it looked like they were teasing that they were going to be retiring or stepping away, but nope, they're not doing that. They're going to get another shot at the Nemeth brothers, and they're gonna get the TNA World titles back, and then the tag titles back.
However, there was a problem with that.
Yeah,
out comes the Nemeths.
Out comes the Nemeths, which, by the way, I'd like to point out something. Both of them are blondes, and they're both from Hollywood, Florida. How the fuck did they not call themselves the New Hollywood Blondes?
Because odds are Tony Khan has a fucking name trademarked like a doofus.
Or WWE does.
Or WWE. What are they? Somebody's got it in a doofus.
Well, the point is, they cut a promo, and
it was mostly Ryan Nemeth doing the talking. My big
Nick Nemeth was having a hard time getting a word out because he was getting nuclear heat from the fans. Like, he was getting like Dominic Mysterio levels of nuclear.
Whoa! He ain't there. Like, he's in the same he's on the same deck of the boat, but he is not in like the VIP suite over there, man. Like, that is the VIP suite of getting hated on by the fans. Like, Nick Nemeth has got it, but he's not. Oh, wait, are you talking to Nick or Ryan?
Nick. Dolph Ziggler.
Nick. Okay, yeah, no, because Nick hasn't got it. It's really more Ryan Nemeth that they're all pissed at and annoyed with because he has basically baby brothered his big brother of all fucking people. And the fucking thing is that they had to mention the fucking nerve of it all. What's the next big event? Where is it?
Oh, it's Under Siege.
Under Siege, and it's happening in Canada. And there's a little bit of a problem. You see, Ryan Nemeth went ahead and rubbed into the Hardys' face that Jeff can't travel to Canada due to his prior
arrest
record and excessive drug usage and stuff. So so Ryan Nemeth literally threw that in their face, which, by the way, yeah,
not
good
cool.
for you. You went ahead and grabbed the low-hanging fruit of, by the way, Jeff Hardy is a recovering drug addict.
Yeah, like seriously, everybody has fucking done it. Why don't you make him do a fucking piss test like WWE did while you're at it?
Yeah, no, exactly. And then you can take the apple juice and throw it in your face.
But then out comes the TNA Director of Authority, Santino Marella.
I don't have enough. And they don't have this problem. So we're going to have two different problems. And so, at the next week, for the first time since, what was it, 2007?
2008.
Jesus, what the fuck? It's going to be Jeff Hardy versus Nick Namato. In one-on-one, and then in Under Siege is going to be tag team champions with the Nemeth versus Matt Hardy and a partner of his choosing, your son of a gun.
And it will be contested in a ladder match. Don't forget that.
Yay, ladders, woo!
Well, no, actually, minor correction. Last time Jeff faced off with Nick Nemeth was on Monday Night Raw in 2009.
2009.
This was before. It was before Jeff Hardy departed from WWE.
Right, that's how it went down, and they even showed footage of that match, courtesy of WWE. So hey, there's some fucking benefits there for the partnership.
Yeah, it's almost as if WWE was slowly moving their claws on grabbing TNA.
Also, Vicente Guerrero made his way in the chat. Jesus.
Yeah.
How's it going, Vicente? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Actually, you're closer to like almost 2 hours late. Rather, almost an hour and a half late because we did start the stream earlier tonight and we had to restart it here because we had problems with the program crashing. Sad we'll never see Ryan Nemeth versus CM Punk fight. Never say never.
Never say never.
Hey, they're doing their Forbidden Door shit with TNA and WWE, so who's to say that they're not going to do that sometime in the future? Who knows? I don't fucking know.
But that being said, Vicente Guerrero, if you want to check out our video before we got cut off, you can still comment on the replay.
Exactly. Yes, you can. Please comment.
Now,
and you don't have to apologize for talking a lot, Mr. Quake. We know that you like to ramble. We know that you like to gush about the shows. It's not the end of the world. We're not going to judge you on it.
Yeah, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. So now let's get to the match of the night. And this was less of a match and more of just an opportunity to put a spotlight on a former WWE Divas champion, because we get the in-ring debut of Victoria Crawford, aka former WWE superstar Alicia Fox.
I legitimately had memory hold Alicia Fox out of my mind. I had completely blanked about her. That just goes to show you the tragically low amount of impact, at least in my memory of professional wrestling, that Alicia Fox had. People want to crap about Kelly. People want to crap about the Bella Twins, but and they also had fucking Lacey Evans up in that shit, and Michelle McCool up in that shit, and Layla, and all these other women who just had one names, and also the glorious AJ Lee, who dressed them all down. What's her name? Buff Babe. Real name is Celeste. Caitlyn, thank you. I forgot Caitlyn's Caitlyn name, but I like Celeste. I remember all them, and my brain completely fucking had fucking memory hole problem of Victoria Crawford, of Alicia Fox.
That's because
Jesus Christ.
That's because unfortunately Alicia Fox, despite having a really great in-ring ability, the people sleep on her actual skills in the ring. Unfortunately, they gave her a lot of crap material to work with, and she's always been seen as just like this other person tagging along either another popular wrestler or a popular wrestling women's faction, and she hasn't actually had a chance to be her own person. The only time she's actually gone viral, like really viral, was I believe it was in a WWE Network exclusive taping of WWE's Main Event, where after she lost a match to Emma, aka Tennille Dashwood, Alicia Fox went crazy and started tearing her apart, and she was like, she started grabbing drinks, like grabbing beer or whatever. She started dumping it on herself, and she was also being creepy at Byron Saxton, and she was assaulting an official at ringside.
Well, she was being creepy to Byron Saxton. What did she do? Introduce him to a ice cream flavor that wasn't vanilla?
I don't fucking know, but the point is, like, she gone completely cuckoo, and that was the only, like, viral, memorable moment that she's had in the WWE.
White people love Byron Saxton because Byron Saxton makes Jonathan Coachman look like New Jack.
Now, that being said, her opponent that she faced, and I can't believe they called it out on commentary. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but they mentioned that that her opponent is the real-life girlfriend of Chris Bay, a TNA wrestler who is currently recovering from neck surgery.
Yeah, they had to mention that because they needed a quick Chris Bay pop.
That was not...
It was also a little odd, but at the same time, they had someone else who was at commentary during that, Mr. Robert Stone
of WWE,
of NXT, like Robert Stone.
Robert Stone's been keeping himself busy. He's now a color commentator for WWE Evolve.
Good on him. What the fuck is he doing in the Impact Zone? What's Robbie G doing in the Impact Zone?
Don't you mean Robbie E?
Whatever!
So Alicia Fox made quick work of this girl. She lays her...
Victoria Crawford.
Victoria Crawford, man, it's going to take a while to get used to. So Victoria hit an incredible Northern...
Victoria Crawford! Not just Victoria, okay?
All right, fine. Miss Crawford.
Who Crawford? Victoria Crawford!
Victoria Crawford hit an incredible Northern Lights...
Right.
Hit an incredible Northern Lights suplex, was only able to get a 2 count, made quick work of the bitch, and laid her out with a scissors kick to pin and win. And then after the match, she got on the mic and she cut a promo on Masha Slamovich. And this brought out Masha Slamovich, the TNA Knockouts World Champion.
Who immediately just jumped in and just started wailing on her.
But then out came Tessa Blanchard to even the odds against Masha Slamovich. It's okay, guys. Tessa Blanchard is helping a black wrestler to fight another wrestler. She's not racist.
See? One of her best friends is a black woman.
Yeah. Everything's good, right?
Is this real? Like, I really hope that that these guys grow enough of a nerve, grow enough of a spine to actually address the racism of Tessa Blanchard shit and address that shit and incorporate it as part of the character and have them try to fold it in and try to fucking make it as like fucking, oh no, she's not really, like, her defending herself is not really being racist, even though she's a fucking racist asshole.
You know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know, but they have no fucking balls.
But we get TNA Director of Authority Santino Marella working double time. He comes down to the ring and he announces that next week there will be a tag match. It will be Masha Slamovich teaming up with
a partner of her choosing.
A partner of her choosing. And then
it was going to be partner of her choosing versus Victoria Crawford and Tessa Blanchard.
And then Robert Stone gets on the mic and he tries to pull some sort of power play bullshit, and he announces that next
I know people, and I could have your job for this. You already had someone. You already earlier tonight. You had Matt Hardy get a partner of his choosing. I'm going to name the partner for Masha Slamovich, and I'm naming Nikita Lyons.
Ah, yes, Nikita Lyons, the woman who miraculously dodged getting fired from WWE.
Honest to God, I love Nikita Lyons, I swear to God, but no.
How the hell did she do it?
How did she do it?
Okay,
because Nikita, she has been on the shelf longer and more often than Cora Jade has, so you can't use that excuse. She's got just as much wrestling ability, so you can't, maybe even a little less than Cora Jade does, so you can't use that excuse. So what is it?
Yeah, it's weird. But
Why would you fire Cora Jade?
All right,
why would you body shame that beauty? Don't touch me!
We already crossed that bridge.
I ain't crossing nothing, man. You ain't seen me crossing until I cross. He calling me Tyrion cross. I be crossing that shit. I will kill her cross of that bridge. Sphincter!
Juan is very cross right now.
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. To the ridiculous segment. And this one I really didn't care for because it was so stupid and ridiculous. And it is a backstage segment featuring Ash and Heather by Elegance with their personal concierge, and apparently they've gained a new
disciple of a new member of the Elegance brand.
I believe so, or a new understudy or whatever the fuck. And then they did like this without showing her face. I don't know who it is, but then they did this whole crazy makeover montage where they do a bunch of like makeover shit, and then they have like these weird zoom ins on their faces, and there's a weird zoom in of the personal concierge doing his tongue shit like or whatever.
Wait, what tongue shit? What tongue shit? No, you have
no. He's just doing like.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, bro?
What the fuck? That is so weird.
It's so weird.
What the fuck, man?
And I didn't like it. I didn't like the segment. I didn't like the segment one bit. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't like the Elegance act like. It just doesn't.
It's not hitting for you anymore?
It's not hitting for me.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Really?
It's not landing.
Oh, man.
I mean,
clearly,
the former Dana Brooke and Heather, they're giving it their all, but like, I'm ready for this shit to move on.
You're really losing you're really losing the heat for Elegance here?
Yes, I am.
Man.
But that's just my opinion. So, I mean, everyone else has their opinions. But let's go ahead and move on. Before we get to the main event, did I send you an honorable mention?
Maybe? I don't know. Let me double check. I think you did. Let me double check.
Double check, please, because I want to make sure that I did, and I want to make sure I crossed my T's and dot the I's.
No, you didn't.
Oh, fuck me. Hang on a minute. I'm going to fix that right now.
Okay, so there is an honorable mention.
There is an honorable mention, and I cannot believe I fucking missed it.
It's okay.
Bear with me, folks. I know it's here. I have it. Here we go. There. Sent.
All right, 2 seconds. All right, that was K-Storm.
Booyah!
Okay, that's a good one.
That is a bad.
Hang on, before I fucking... All right.
All right. Now, before we get to the main event of TNA Impact, we do have an honorable mention, and it is a one-on-one knockouts match.
Goddamn.
Featuring Lei Ying Lee going up against the Demon Assassin, Rosemary. Like I think I've already made my admiration for the wrestler clear enough. Anytime I see Rosemary in the ring, it is fucking awesome. I will pop for her 100%.
But also, Lee is an excellent wrestler too. Goddamn it,
well, yeah, no, I was getting to that. The former Xia Li is also great as well. She's definitely shown an incredible improvement, not just in her physique, but also in her in-ring ability. And they also had Xia Brookside on commentary, who joined in. And Xia Brookside actually stopped Rosemary from cheating. Rosemary was about to use a pair of brass knuckles, but Xia Brookside stopped her from doing it, allowing Lei Ying Lee to hit her finisher to pin and win. Juan, please drink something.
About to. See, I know what I'm doing.
Because if I have you coughing and if you start choking...
I'm good.
Okay. Sometimes...
It's okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm from the internet.
All right. Fine. All right, let's go ahead and move on, and let's talk about the main event. And this is a one-on-one contest for the TNA International Championship, but it's not just a regular one-on-one contest. It is a dog collar match. As the defending champion, Bulletproof Steve Macklin defends his title against the leader of the Northern Armory, the world-class maniac, Eric
Young.
Now, I do want to preface it by saying this. There will be an article that we will be discussing that will affect the landscape of TNA, and this is actually following this dog collar match. I kid you not.
You got to remember something, folks. The stuff in TNA Impact is pre-taped, usually 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time, as they maintained their hold at an arena, at a venue. So the actual article is about 5 days old, but it still bears relevance to tonight's main event.
Yes.
Proceed.
All right, so Eric Young and Steve Maclin, both men are tied tied to each other with a steel dog collar, and it's no disqualification. Anything goes. Weapons are all legal. This is the same dog collar match that featured Cody Rhodes winning the AEW TNT title against the late Brody Lee, and the same dog collar match that was popularized by Greg the Hammer Valentine in its inception.
And, of course, let's not forget the dog collar match between CM Punk and MJF.
Yes, another Hallmark classic. All right.
It's a beautiful.
And now we do have footage. Not footage, but we do have photos of the match. Now, forewarning, folks, there is a lot of blood in this match. If it is not your cup of tea, I don't blame you for tuning out.
All right, and this is literally how we get started up in this shit. They open up the match and...
Immediately, Eric Young went for the assault, and Eric Young and Steve Maclin were in one of the corners of the ring, and we see it blatantly. Eric Young,
plain as day,
gigging Steve Maclin in the face, basically using a small little hidden blade somewhere, either in the wrist tape or
it had to be in the wrist tape.
Had to be in the wrist tape, and opening up Steve Maclin and the fan, and he was starting. Maclin started bleeding all over the goddamn place.
I hope they've got their Hep C shots.
Oh,
I'm not saying that Maclin has it. I'm just saying I hope they got it because bloodborne shit like that is a pain in the ass. Okay, let's continue with this bloody massacre.
Yes, please. Oh my God. I'm so glad that my stomach is not weak. Maclin, despite bleeding buckets and despite being punished by Eric Young, was able to hit a comeback. He was able to hit Eric Young with a couple of strikes before knocking him down with a beautiful angle slam, dropping Eric Young.
They called it an Olympic slam, Jay.
Oh, come on. Kurt Angle was a TNA alumni. Jesus. So Maclin dropped the Olympic Slam onto Eric Young.
Excuse me, the actual name is the Angle Slam. You can't use the Olympic trademark outside of the Olympic Games or any promotion associated with them. You have to get it right.
The American Hero Slam. You fucking...
Excuse me, Jose. That is an insult to El Grande Americano. He doesn't use that stuff. He is the greatest Americano luchador from the Copa Americana.
So Maclin drops the angle slam on Eric Young, but Eric Young was able to kick out after 2. However, this isn't the end of the match. Since it's no disqualification, the other members of the Armory, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, stuck their nose into Maclin's business, and they paid for it accordingly.
It got bad.
Yep.
Oh, the whole time, Steph DeLander and
Mance Warner
were watching up at the ramp.
Yes,
and
scoping out the competition as it seems.
And it turns out that Steph DeLander also got some of the bloody massacre nonsense happening because the blood red lipstick that she had looks too fucking fresh. It was really, really, really bloody red, and her lips looked very, very wet. So you could easily mistake that for having been a bloody massacre, as if she gave Maclin a smooch on the forehead and it all just smothered on her mouth.
Ugh. But thankfully that wasn't the case. So getting back to the match. So Maclin punished the Northern Armory, hitting one of them with a powerbomb, and then sending both of them up in the corner to hit the crosshair spear to knock them both out. Eric Young, however, was able to take advantage of Maclin, and then hits a spike pile driver in the middle of the ring, but Maclin was able to kick out after 2. And in the final moments of the match, Eric Young went to the top rope. He tried to go for the diving elbow drop. Maclin yanked that world-class son of a bitch down into the ring and hits the KIA, which is the double underhook DDT, to pin and retain. Your winner and still the TNA International Champion, Bulletproof Steve Maclin.
Bulletproof my happy dick. Look at this! Blood everywhere! It was horrifying. It was really fucking bad. Like, listen, I'm fine with it being a bloody match. It's a dog collar match. It's supposed to be, brutal and insane and hardcore and shit. But to start it off not even with a minute to breathe, who the fuck you think you are, John Moxley?
Also, Eric Young caught blatantly gigging Steve Maclin in the ring.
And the gigging was so obvious.
I expect this type of amateurism from fucking AEW when Christopher Daniels did it to himself.
No, seriously.
Jesus, man. I'm surprised Ric Flair didn't join in.
Right? Like, Ric Flair's like, is somebody over here trying to pour buckets? I know what to do with that. and starts mashing his 89-year-old forehead in.
Now, speaking of blood, all right, before we get to the article, let's read this. A lot of blood can be a good thing, long as it's not losing meaning by doing it every match, aka non-mocks or old XPW-style setups. And America Lover said here...
Hi there, America Lover. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Motherfuck Donald Trump in the ass with a rusty red-hot poker. So I'm saying, breaking news, Donald Trump had bought AEW. Together we will make AEW great again.
No! I'm pretty sure this guy's just dicking around, goofing.
This is harmless as long as you're not saying actual, stupid Trump shit, then you're fine.
And yes, Vicente, we are also caught off guard too. Of all the WWE releases, Cora Jade was part of it, and she was basically
Yeah, he's like she's basically Pug's on-screen adopted daughter. Both her and Roxy are. Let me see what else did.
Good thing to see Alicia Fox back in the sport. I was not a fan, but great to see that she is not a drunk anymore. Yeah, that's right. She was dealing with issues of alcoholism after she left WWE.
With Santino Marella around, it'd be nice if TNA brought in more Italian wrestlers. Yeah, some proper full-blooded Italians would be nice. I'd be down with little Guido up in here. I'd be down with Big Tony up in here. I'd be down with the Lorenzo, the
Angelo family.
The Angelo family fucking coming down and tangling it up with the FBI. That'd be wonderful.
Unfortunately, they got their own problems. Now, that being said, this does bring us to this article that is provided by Cage Side Seats, and we're going to get into the discussion right now. The headline reads: TNA Wrestling bans blading, excessive blood in matches per new report. And this article was published by M. Gomez on May 3rd, 2025.
Like I said, 5 days ago. So as in this broke first, but now that we're seeing this dog collar match earlier tonight, you'll see why. And yeah, Sammy Callahan. Wait, who's this poor fucker that he's got?
Mance Warner.
Nice.
All right, so TNA... No, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
TNA Wrestling has implemented a new policy banning excessive blood and blading at events. According to PW Insider's Mike Johnson, the roster was informed during a talent meeting on that Friday, so Friday, May 2nd. The change was made to protect wrestlers' health while, quote, keeping current and potential advertisers and partners in mind. A dog collar match between TNA International Champion Steve Macklin and Eric Young, taped on Thursday, May 1st in Irvine, California, is expected to be the last to feature excessive blood for the time being. Blood from legitimate contact or in-ring injuries will still be permitted.
TNA isn't the first company to rethink blood in wrestling. WWE has also shifted its stance on blading over the years, notably banning it in the 1980s under Vince McMahon as part of an effort to clean up its image and attract a wider audience for national TV deals.
Now, in his 2007 memoir, Hitman, My Real Life in the Cartoon World of Wrestling, Bret the Hitman Hart recalled being informed of WWE's policy change just before a steel cage match in 1987.
Though I'd bladed when I thought it would increase the artistry of the match, the practice was clearly stupid and stopping it was a step in the right direction to protect wrestlers.
Wrote Hart. He added that wrestler-turned-agent Pat Patterson cited concerns about AIDS transmission through self-inflicted bleeding as a key reason for the policy. So, we can stop right there, actually.
Yeah, and you folks can read this article on your own time, on your own dime.
Yes. So, while it may be unpopular to some who like the gory ultra-violence, there is legitimate reasons behind the banning of blading and excessive blood. That doesn't mean that it's going to be clean, that all matches are going to be bloodless. If it happens from, naturally, like
legitimate accidents.
Accidents, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. Dusty Lane, love your excitement about all this. I'm fixing dinner. Ooh, nice. What did you have? We had ourselves potatoes with French cut green beans and chicken.
Yes.
Ricardo, Javier, and Dominic. What the fuck?
I don't know. So, folks, let us know in the chat right now, or comment on the replay. What are your thoughts of TNA's new ruling on banning the excessive use of blood and blading? Juan, your thoughts?
No, that's fine if it helps them with their advertisers and they're working. If they're working with WWE in this partnership, then I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either. I mean, it is what it is. Juan, ring the bell.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, so excessive blood notwithstanding, the main event was definitely fucking brutal, and it was awesome. Eric Young is Steve Macklin is definitely going to be an incredible champion with the international title, and everything else on the card was pretty good. I'm happy to see the former Alicia Fox back in the ring. I'm happy to see that she has overcome her alcohol addiction, or at the very least kept it in check. And everything else was pretty solid. And I can't wait to see what's next in the chapter of Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry. Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite was also it was pretty good. The opening segment, of course, trying to build up the tournament final match between Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page. That has a lot more intrigue than Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter, because nobody likes Mercedes Moné. She's unpopular with the fans because she is the champion of everything, and she has a rotten attitude. She has such a rotten attitude that it makes Charlotte Flair blush.
I honestly am surprised that Charlotte and Mercedes Money don't get along even better.
I know, right?
But they do. But there's
it's so odd.
I guess in the famous words of Mercedes Money in one of her live streams, sometimes in life you just gotta be a hoe.
Wait, she said that?
Yes!
No way!
Yes way!
You gotta listen. You gotta find that for me sometime.
Alright, I'll find it for you sometime.
But that being said, everything else on Dynamite was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed the women's four-way match. Like, it was awesome. It was a great romp.
Anytime you get timeless Tony Storm in the ring, you're in for a good time.
Of course. And despite Juan's protest, the honorable mention of the trios match was a lot of fun, mainly on the babyface side, and a little bit of Ricochet on the side too. And the main event, of course, Samoa Joe versus Claudio. Awesome main event. Two incredible professionals knowing exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Dinner here is sauteed chicken with veggies and rice. Ooh.
Hey, that's nice. All right. Now, this week's edition of WWE NXT. Oh man, great opening 6-man tag team match. The Battle Royal was definitely a lot of fun. I like that WWE is actually bringing in more wrestlers from Evolve and TNA to give them an equal shot, and it was nice seeing all of them getting a chance at the spotlight, especially Elijah.
Don't you mean Ezekiel?
No, I meant Elijah.
No, that's Elias, eh?
And of course, the women's matches were also fun. Kalani Jordan versus Zara was great. Groping notwithstanding. And
did you bring that? Okay, I'm the horniest of us all in the Ravens flock, but did you have to bring up the groping again? Did you? Did you really? Why? Did you want that? Huh?
And Jordan Grace versus Julia was an incredible main event. I hope Julia's okay. I hope she hasn't suffered a freaking concussion.
I seriously hope so too, because the way you described that, the landing from that suplex with with Zarya going straight down
with Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace and Julia going down. It sounds like it was rough.
All right. So that's going to do it, folks. Now, tune in. Now, for this Saturday, of course, tune in to Los Amigos Play at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we continue the playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, piloted by Mr. Juan Arauz.
I'm in danger.
And, of course, we'll have another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock this Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you guys there. Until then, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona! As he reviews for you the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Live simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button, ring that silent notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arauz, I'm Jose Casabona, and this is Wrestling